Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, you guys. It's so great to be back. Sorry to put you off, but yes, that second jab really got me. But today I feel like myself again. Yay. Yesterday it was nausea. So, yeah, didn't feel too good. Anyways, getting on with it, enough about that, well, we have that interview today where they're going to, not interview, but the breakdown of the O show. And my opinion of that is the media is turning on her now with this whole reveal of body language and dissecting everything that comes out of their mouth. In essence, is going to bury them deeper, and she will have probably a complete breakdown and will rage at him, and he is going to need to take cover. And it's just really going to be extremely triggering because it's a mask removal, and that never flies very well in the mind of the narcissist. So I would love to be a fly on the wall, but oh well. Also, so I don't expect it to be much different than what Believing Bruce channel has already said. So if you haven't watched Believing Bruce, I would recommend that. So I think it would be kind of many similarities and parallels there. Also, what else? I have a question from Twitter by Suki, and she wants to know what the UK press thinks about her by ignoring the pap shot. Well, I think it was a fantastic thing for starters. I think that was the best move. So let's throw a few cards on the UK press on ignoring that pap walk with Archie, or allegedly Archie. Here we go, depending on what you believe. Here we go, the UK press. The UK press and their angle with that woman. I also still like to call her the trauma bond girl. That's kind of my favorite one. Here we go. With trauma bond girl, how do they feel about her? And cutting her out. Here we go. For starters, what do I have here? I have here the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's just not chasing after her. She is earthbound energy. So they decided they're just not going to do it. What do they do? What do publications do? It's almost like they're trailing you and they're trailing all your moves. So yeah, they have decided not to trail her anymore or chase after it. So it's basically a cutoff. And we have here, yeah, and they know it's not a strong position to be in to go after it. It's not a good position for them. So it would weaken them, possibly because she could turn around and sue them. So they're aware of her lawsuits, obviously, and yeah, the restriction. So they don't want to do it. They're not going to do it. That's what that just says right there. So yeah, they've decided it's not worth the chase, and they're not going to do it. She's not worth it. She's simply not worth it. Harry, she's not worth it. So that is that. Pretty easy, huh? So also, I'd like to find out today's spread. My main thing today is I want to find out how the nephews and nieces are feeling. Because Harry was at one time, a great uncle. And so I want to find out, just get some general vibe energy on it. What's going on? How are they registering it mentally? How are the children registering it? It could be they just don't talk about him anymore, except on rare occasion. And with children being so busy and tend to be flighty, it's probably not too big of a deal, but should be interesting. Let's find out what the cards have to say. So how are the children coping with not seeing Uncle Harry? How are they coping with not seeing Uncle Harry? How are they coping with not seeing Uncle Harry and the whole energy surrounding that? An absent Uncle Harry. There we go. First card. We have here Wheel of Fortune. So things did change. They spun into a different, they spun into a new angle, really. So that's things going in the right direction, actually. So things are going in the right direction. Along with Justice. Oh, okay. So they feel it was sort of justified. So this feels very adult to me, that this would be William and Kate. saying things have changed, and it's cause and effect, and we're dealing with it. And yeah, I don't think they said this to them, her not being pregnant. Not really your nephew, and not really going to be your cousins. They're not really going to be your cousins in essence. Yeah, yeah, yikes, wow, didn't expect that angle. So yeah, it's not really your cousins. Will be eventually probably said to them. Not now. I'm not feeling it now, but at some point in time. We have here, yeah, communication's way down. They're not saying this. So this is very adult. This is what Catherine and William are thinking here. And we have here in the challenges, there's been some struggles and challenges with us, with the fives. And the fives is disruption. There's been a major disruption and a change in our relationship. And we have here, yeah, partnerships. We're no longer partnering up. And, he's off doing his own thing with her. And it was very challenging. And Daddy and I are having a little bit of problems. Daddy and your uncle are having a little issues right now, is how I'm feeling. Let's get some more here. Let's take these two. Oh, yeah. And so, yeah, it's the King of Cups in reverse. That would be William, not loving Markle, searching for the funds. So, yeah, I think he's going to put it in a very clever way. Obviously, it wouldn't be that clear cut and that blunt, but in a very delicate way, he would do it in his own words. That everyone didn't quite get along with her. She wasn't happy with us, and she didn't like being in the family, and she left the family. So they did have to explain that to them, that she left the family because she didn't love us, and there were a lot of problems here with our relationship. So on an emotional level, we also have these two here. Yeah, and there's the guy, he's ready to fight, and communication was harsh and cutting, but he's not going to word it that way, and she's ready for battle. She was always ready for battle, and that is totally battle right there, 2 battle cards right there. And so somehow he had to word that. There were just some infighting, a lot of infighting. So yeah, this is really about the parents and how they're telling the kids. And then we have here, yeah. So she decided that she wanted to go with what she really truly felt was best for her, and she left. Yeah, that's her wokeness. It wasn't for her. Yeah. And she had higher dreams, higher goals that she felt she couldn't get here. But all of that's going to be done in a level for kids, obviously. So hope I don't have to keep saying that. Here we go. The Emperor and the Devil in reverse. Yeah, we just, it wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. That's about as best they could say on this situation. The family just felt that the energy just wasn't cohesive. Wasn't cohesive at all. And we have here, and we were just waiting. We kind of knew it was going to happen. We were waiting. It just seemed like we picked up on it pretty early. We were waiting for it to happen. The last shoe to drop, and it did. And the rock bottom came. Yeah, it did come. And we have here also. And so, they're going to downplay the thievery and the deception. So they are going to downplay that aspect to probably save face for Harry. So they aren't going to obviously get into any of that by having this 7 of Swords in reverse. And that, yes, it happened very quickly. I'm sorry, kids, but yes, it happened very quickly. So that is what they're going to say to the kids, in essence, but in such a nice way that they can understand, and not too condemning to Harry, because in case they get him back. So that's how it's going to go down. I'm not saying the emotions of the kids, so they're probably just too busy being kids. The fact that I really didn't get the kids' cards, I didn't get any pages, So really, it's not affecting them, is what I'm saying. It did not really affect, it's not affecting them. So that's good. It's just affecting the adults, is what really that whole reading tells me. Also, I would like to say that I had a really poignant dream the other night, and it really shook me a bit because I don't have a lot of sympathy for Harry, as you know, but this dream was sort of a vision of Markle being a big, giant black raptor in a very cartoonish fashion, where she was massive and huge coming down. And Harry would have been about the size of here, and here comes this big raptor like that. And it was Harry sitting here, like the Four of Cups card, with the guy sitting there underneath the tree, cuddled up, huddled. Harry huddled up while she's flying over him. And it was a big raptor wings with her head on it. And Harry was a toddler. It was toddler Harry. And when I saw him and I saw the raptor and her head, tears just flowed out of me, buckets and buckets for like a half an hour. It just poured out of my head. And I was like, wow, I don't even feel that bad for him. Where is this coming from? And I know it was basically, I was channeling his emotions and his feelings. That was a channeling situation. And basically what that tells me is he has reached a complete emotional rock bottom. He knows he completely destroyed himself. And he is basically a child with her. He's an absolute child. She's in complete, total control. He is at a complete emotional rock bottom. He is at his lowest point right now. He regrets all of it, and he doesn't know how to get out of it. And hopefully he survives it. I get asked all the time, and basically he will only get out of this is when he gets at crossroads between life and death. That's what's going to happen. He will either choose life or he will choose death. And I feel that will be the breaking point of if he gets out or not. He will be at crossroads between life and death. And he is absolutely terrified of what she's capable of. She has complete, utter dark control over him. It was a very dark, dark energy, very evil. And that is her. So just thought I'd share that. It was my very first vision I've ever had between the two of them. And that happened not last night, the night before. So, yeah. And I couldn't believe how the buckets of tears just poured and poured and poured and poured and poured out of me. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I don't even feel that bad for him because he did this to himself. But now I have a little more empathy knowing that he's at this absolute low point and he's waking up. He realizes after Philip's funeral and the icy reception he got, it's hitting him now. It's finally, he's not too bright. And that funeral woke him up. That shook him to that point where she's hovering over him like a black raptor. And he feels that now. So that's what that was. That was really a channeling situation. So anyways, let's get some, we also found out that they cannot divorce in California, you guys, because of all the legalities and stuff with his position. So that will not happen. I know people have asked about that. So let's get some public perception. I know the public will turn on them as well. Let's get some public perception from tonight's airing. Let's get that in there. Here we go. Let's get some public perception from tonight's body language and analysis. Body language and analysis for tonight. Here we go. We've got here, we're going to say that the Emperor in reverse. So a lot of people are going to buy into it. There are going to be people who buy into it and they're going to think negatively of the family. The Emperor in reverse. They're going to say that is obstruction and it will create a lot of confusion too. It is a confusion in reverse also. So there will be a lot of confusion and there will be some people that will say that that's total obstruction and dark end on their end. So it's going to make them look bad for some people. And a lot of people are just going to feel burnout, anxiety. We're kind of done with this pair. I'm going to pull these two. They're going to see it as the self-sacrifice and unwilling to do so for Harry, and that he had problems sleeping, had problems being in the family, and he escaped. So they're going to feel that way. Let's get some more. These I'll pull these out. Oh boy, here we have here. So we've got here the 3 blackbirds in reverse. So the communication's down. The communication's down, and it's also involving the child, because we have the Page of Cups, a new path, a new emotional path with a child, and trying to make money to support the child. So they're going to see that or feel that and believe that, and they are going to think that he has gone inward and thinking about his life, and that he's reflecting, and that he's focused on his partnership. So that is what they're going to see. A lot of people are going to see that he's just totally focused on his relationship, that he is totally in lack of communication with the family, and he's focused on this whole new family situation that he's in now. So a lot of people are just going to buy in, are going to think of that. So a lot of the public is dense, okay? Here we go. But we also have here, they're going to see Markle is dependent and greedy, and that she is claiming cruelty over her lifestyle change, and her choice of a lifestyle change and claiming cruelty. But she's definitely in search of really just not ending it. She doesn't want to end it. She just wants to have a good time, because the Death in reverse is fun, sexy times and recovery, that she would like to recover it. And she does not want to be cut out. Does not want to be cut out, despite her claiming cruelty, despite the fact that she wanted this lifestyle change. She wanted the money. She is now dependent and greedy. So they are going to see her for what she is in that aspect. And they're going to see the new baby with the nurturing mother. Oh, Jesus. And the fact that they're having a hard time creating a new path for themselves, and that there's a lot of delays going on. A lot of delays. And we have here the apprehension, because they're not being too victorious, and a lot of unseen problems and struggles. And they're going to see that their ego's involved, and that they are a bit unsteady on their feet. And they're putting out a lot of fluff news. A lot of fluff news. We got the fluff card, fluff news card. So, yep, a lot of fluff news. And we've got here, they moved on. They did move on. They weren't happy. They were, they painted it that way. And that they're trying to be wise and practical, and Harry's trying to be reliable. So he's trying to be a man, man up and take care of his woman. So they're going to see it that way. And they're going to see it as maintaining boundaries and fast changes, and that they are regretting that they left, because they're losing money. They want that money for security. They lost it. They're fighting for money. And it's a loss, and it's creating a lot of problems for them. And there's that poverty mindset there. So they're going to see the poverty mindset in terms of money and finances. And it happened very quickly. And those two are just really trying to maintain their boundaries. And they're not staying in isolation. Despite the fact they said that they wanted privacy, they don't really truly want it, because they are not staying isolated. And we've got here, they've got secrets, and they're trying to reveal their secrets, and they're struggling whether or not they should do it or not. So they're trying to do it in drip feed fashion. They're drip feeding the public with secrets. And what it will ultimately do is rock bottom themselves. So they see that they will say that they're destroying themselves in the process. They're destroying themselves. And that is exactly what's happening. It's scorching the earth behind them. It's going to be a tower crashing moment in the long run. So here we go, and we have here that due to the fact that she wanted to be released from the family, she is no longer a force of energy. She doesn't have her power. She doesn't have that strength that she used to have by being like what she would have had as she stayed. And the spiritual card in reverse, judgment. It's a spiritual awakening card here, the judgment also. And it's in reverse. They're not going to see her as woke because of her complaining and all the in-bickering and the infighting and tearing them down. They're not going to see her as a high-vibe individual, especially coming from California. You guys know I'm from there, and they're definitely not going to see that as high vibe. And she's in denial. She's in denial as to the fact that she is not woke. And she's going to struggle with her release. this release that she gave herself by walking away, she's just going to struggle. So yeah, they're going to see a lot of it for what it is, because that's what the show is going to do. And they're going to realize that she doesn't have support. And oh, this is good. I like this. No support, and that the truth's going to unravel about her faux pregnancies. It will unravel. I don't think it will with this show, but it looks like it will eventually unravel, and people are going to start to feel it. They're going to start to feel that energy coming in, you know, they didn't support. They did not support this fake pregnancy. No support with the light truth unraveling in the Empress card, which is the pregnancy card. So they did not support this fake pregnancy, because this is her not being pregnant in reverse. They did not support this. So they need to come out with a public statement before they drop it in their lap and scapegoat them. That's what I tweeted and tagged Charles. And they need to do that, because if they don't, she's going to say that it was this skill and team with the pregnancy. But that's not truly what it was. So they have got to make a public statement, because they had absolutely no partake of it whatsoever. But she's going to say that they did. And so that is that, yeah. So it is going to leak out. It is happening gradually. So, and people are starting to feel it. They're going to start to feel it and wonder and go, I wonder if there's even. So yeah, people are really doubting them, which is great. Here we go. Let's get how is, we already know they're beautiful family. How did William and Kate's anniversary go? How did William and Kate's anniversary go? 10 years. 10 years. Beautiful pictures. Really enjoyed them. They put out a gorgeous video too. Hope you saw it. Here we go. Boom. So, yep, they were at home. Home. You know, you don't get this with Harry and Meghan. A happy home. No, you don't get it. So this is where you spend your greatest energy, and it's 4 of Hearts, home, 4-wall structure. So, and it's filled with love. And I also have here, but they're cutting something out, the executioner. So they know they've got to execute. That's probably, inheritance. Yikes. Yeah, they know they're going to have to execute some inheritance, people wanting inheritance. So I think that is the energy of what's happening with his brother. He knows he has to do that. But they are happy within the home. But they know they've got this execution coming up in terms of a family member. I can't do a spread without him coming through. And it's not a sweet situation. So yeah, even though they had a happy anniversary, they can't get away from this right now, you guys. And then we have the incubus, succubus in reverse, the parasite in reverse. Got to get rid of the parasite. Got to get rid of the parasite. I know he's my brother, but I don't see this being happy. We are happy family. We are happy, but we have some cutting to do. We have some cutting to do so that we can maintain our happiness, is really how I feel about this, because they know a parasite will suck the life out of you and take you down. They will drain you till you are dead. That is what a parasite does. They suck the life out of the host. So he knows he's not stupid. He knows he has to execute. He has to cut it out. Let's calculate that. So that comes to, so there is no getting back together right away, you guys. This is going to take years. It's not going to happen until he divorces her. Bottom line, not going to happen. I can't stand it when I see it in the media that they are cozying up to each other. Not true. Not true at all. Let's calculate. This comes to 27. 27 comes to 7 of clubs, cross, burden, pain, and suffering. He's caused us, our family, enough burden, pain, and suffering. I am putting us first to maintain our happy home. We've got to execute this inheritance here. Here comes to 9. 9 comes to 3 of Hearts, roses, to make it sweet. Because right now, it's not sweet. It's not a sweet situation for us. It's not a positive feeling. So we got to make it positive and sweet feeling. So we've got to execute and maintain ourselves. So he's putting his family first. We're putting us first here because we are the heir to the throne, and we are putting we are numero uno. We're putting ourselves first. We're executing. So I expect a full, with this spread, I'm going to say that they are definitely going to remove all titles. All titles will be removed. So that's how I feel about that strongly. Here we go. Let's get some energy, some more energy. Please be clear. Please be clear. More energy on the situation. More on the situation. Here we go. Tool and labor. They're going to have to work. They're going to have to work. And they're not going to like what they're doing. So they got to be the working bloke. He wanted it. You got it. You got it, Harry. This is what you wanted. Go for it. So that is that. And you got your kid. Go to work for your children. Or what they say they have. And your false wife. Yeah. Go for it, Harry. He brought it on himself, and he is going to clamp down on him now. And yeah, it's gonna be done, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.